What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of F1 2016 Career Mode. Before we get into things, I want to let you guys know that I'm hosting a Q&A very soon, so post your questions down in the comments and I'll make a video very soon. But here we are for the Monaco Grand Prix. This should be a very good round. I love coming to this place. It's traditionally a place where the AI struggles, so it's always an opportunity to bag some extra points. I haven't won at this racetrack yet. I think the best result I've got so far is second. So today it's our final opportunity of this game to get a win around this place. So let's make sure that we go out there and get that win. So here we are in Friday practice. Just going through the usual routines. I'm getting to a point now where we've overtaken Ferrari now, and we're very, very close to overtaking Red Bull in the performance index. So I'm just wondering whether I should stop doing R&D altogether. Let me know on that one, because I feel like it might be better if we leave all the teams kind of even where they are at the moment. I don't know, but let me know. That's Friday practice. It's time for quali.
Here we are at one of the most difficult circuits on the racing calendar. Welcome to Monaco for today's Formula One qualifying.
We don't need to push too hard in this session. We should have the pace to qualify easily.
So here we are then for qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix. I think in this race we are going to start on the super soft tyres, providing I can get myself through to the third part of quali on the harder compound. But just touching back on the R&D thing, just let me know whether I should stop that, because I feel like if I keep going and keep upgrading the car from this point onwards, I might be making it a little too easy for myself, and that might detract from the overall competition and I guess the rivalry in this season. But that's something I'll need your advice on. I'm not going to go ahead and do something without your, let's say, approval, shall we say. But got through qualifying one very easy. We've got a lot of pace this weekend, and obviously the car is quick. I know what setup works around this place, and overall, I just love Monaco. So with all those ingredients added together, there should be no reason why we shouldn't be on the pace this weekend. Unfortunately, because I'm running with super soft tyres, I was pushing a little bit harder than what I normally would, and lost a part of my front wing, which is going to affect me going through this third sector now as we come to the close of the lap. It still looks like a solid lap, and hopefully it should still get us inside the top 10. It's just a bit unfortunate to make that mistake and lose about 3-4 tenths on this lap. We go P3 with a 1 minute 13 flat. Now, with that front wing damage, we're going to lose a couple of minutes here. We're sitting in P8, a second off the pace, but it was still good enough to get us through to qualifying 3, with Max Verstappen having the same idea as myself. So he's going to be one to watch in this Monaco Grand Prix, doing a one-stop. I feel like it's the better strategy to go on. If you can get track position and have a harder compounded tyre on the car, then you're not going to encounter traffic when you make a pit stop or an early pit stop. So long as you can keep the pace up, I think it's a great strategy for the weekend. But here we are, qualifying 3 now on the ultra soft tyres. I've got 2 brand new sets for this session. So we're going to throw absolutely everything at it. We're going to throw the kitchen sink at it. We're going to throw as many sets of tyres as we can to make sure that we're starting on the front row of the grid for this Grand Prix. It's the most important qualifying session of the year. Track position is pretty much everything here, especially in real life. Not so much on the game because you can still overtake, but still, you want to be closer towards the front just to minimize any kind of shenanigans with the AI. A bit fast into the faster final chicane there, and chipped off our front wing once again. Because it's near the end of the lap, it won't cost us too much time as we come up to the line, open the DRS. What time is it going to be? It's a 1:11.779. Fastest time all weekend, and I will definitely take that. We are very much on the pace here. Fast forward a couple of minutes to the end of the session. We've got another brand new set of ultra soft tyres on, and we're 2 tenths up going through the first sector. Because we have pole almost in the bag here, I decided for this final lap here to just throw everything at it. No holding back. If I crash, I crash, but it's not going to cost me. So I just thought I'd, go balls to the walls here and just see what lap time I can pull out of my backside here, and it's working the goods. 3.5 tenths up as we go through to back. One of the most exciting corners in Formula One, in my opinion, and we're still going purple to the middle sector through the fast chicane. And we are out. I told you guys I was pushing 11 tenths on this lap, and that's the consequence. When you go beyond the limit, trying to find that extra lap time, trying to literally push the limits to beyond what you can realistically expect from the car, and that is what happens. It was like a time trial lap. I was pushing everything here. To be honest, I missed this inside ripple strip there. I missed the apex, and that made the radius of the second part of the corner that much harder. We got up on top of the curb. It unsettled the car, and we didn't land quick enough to get the grip in the tires to really make that corner, and that was it. We're out of qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix, but our first banker time is good enough to land us in pole position, and that is all we need. One and a half tenths clear of Max Verstappen, who is also starting on the super soft tires for this race. So both of us are in the absolute box seat for this race. The rest of them starting on ultra soft tires. There's question marks as to whether they have to do 2 stops for this race, but for myself and Verstappen, we're going to be all fine doing the 1 stop, and we won't have to negotiate traffic after our first stop. So it's time now for the Monaco Grand Prix.
Motor racing has come a long way since the first Grand Prix of the early 20th century. We have faster cars, bigger circuits, highly trained drivers who've dedicated their lives to racing. But still, we return here. Still, it remains the most desired victory in Formula One. Still, we race the Monaco Grand Prix.
Okay, it's a short run to Saint-Devant, and you know what Monaco's like, so try to defend this lead.
Here we are at Monaco, my favourite race on the entire calendar. A lot is at stake for this race. We crash out, we fall behind by a race, and that could really deter us in the championship. So let's make sure that we don't make a repeat of what happened in qualifying. To be honest, the mindset is completely different going from quali to the race. If anything in the race, I just chill out and kind of build my pace again from the start. So hopefully there's no issues. I like to leave a little bit of margin between myself and the walls when it comes to the 39 lap Grand Prix, but we'll have to wait and see how this one goes. We have Max Verstappen starting right beside us as well on the super soft tyres. The only issue is, for us I'd say, would be the start of the Grand Prix with the guys on the ultra softs possibly having a pace advantage over us. So we'll have to wait and see. It's time now for the race, the Monaco Grand Prix. 5 red lights, and we are underway. It looks like a very nice start. A lot of grip here in Monaco, so it allows for some beastly starts, and we are pretty much uncontested going through turn 1. Sebastian Vettel gets a massive jump on Verstappen, moves into second place, and now Verstappen, who is probably going to be my biggest rival in this Grand Prix, is now on the back foot and has to overtake the Ferrari driver. So we head through the first lap here. This is me with heavy fuel and possibly cold tyres, just finding my feet, getting a feel of what the conditions are like and how much grip is in the tyres, in the track, and just leaving a little bit of margin between myself and the barriers. It's always good to build up your pace as the weekend goes on, as the Grand Prix itself goes on as well. There's no point just flying out there and doing qualifying laps right at the start and then potentially crashing out. Here's a replay of the start. Vettel getting up the inside of Verstappen. You'll see from his on board, he just gets off the line much better than Verstappen did, and I think that's ultimately down to the ultra soft tyres. So it would have been very interesting to see what Vettel could have done against myself, having being in the scenario if he started in second place. That would have been very interesting. But we carry on to lap 2 now. Looks like we're going purple here. We set the pace of a 1:14.5. So being the lead car, we can control the pace, and it looks like Vettel actually can't keep up with us at this stage as the stint goes on. It looks like his ultra soft tyres are wearing out faster than what I was anticipating. A bit of a bump against the wall there as lap 8 here. We are now starting to really find our momentum here, and I'm really not leaving any margins to the barriers here. So you can tell this is a really fast lap we're pushing for here, and I think we are about to go purple, but by how much is the question? A couple tenths. Not bad. We've extended the lead out to 4.5 seconds now. Verstappen is still kind of stuck behind Sebastian Vettel, and he's had enough of it. He's into the pits now on lap 11. Now this is very early for a set of super soft tyres. He's actually stopped before all of the ultra soft runners. So Max Verstappen, what are you doing? Do you have a puncture? Do you have a problem? I'm not too sure.
Today, one stop left in our strategy. Pit window will open in 10 laps time. Pit window opens in 10 laps.
Cheers for that one, Jeffrey. Just getting the info on the pit strategy. Yeah, Verstappen could have stayed out another 10 laps like I'm doing, so he's definitely going for the 2-stop today, and that makes my scenario a whole lot easier with Vettel stopping quite early. He's going to have old tyres at the back end of the race versus me on fresher, ultra-soft tyres, so this could be very interesting. Already 13 laps into this race. It's crazy how quickly this Monaco Grand Prix goes when you're just out front, just cruising, setting the pace. I just love driving laps of Monaco, to be honest. It's like, I don't know, when you get in the groove, like, time just flies, in my opinion, but there's probably a lot of you guys who absolutely hate this track, and I can completely understand you there. Valtteri Bottas is out of the Monaco Grand Prix, our first retirement of the day. Is there a safety car? If so, we'll be diving in straight away for that stop onto the ultra-soft tyres. It's an engine blowout for Valtteri, and, well, he's not enjoying F1 in real life, and he's not enjoying it in the game either. Valtteri, he just can't get it right, and he is out. No safety car, it seems, but we're coming into the pits at the end of this lap anyway to fit on the ultra-soft tyres. So there's a gap of about 18, 19 seconds to Vettel. That gap is pretty close, to be honest. So he might have actually been gaining a little bit of time on his fresh tyres versus us staying out long on the super softs. But according to the team, we're still going to rejoin in first place. So that's all I really care about as we rejoin on the track. Let's see what the distance is to Sebastian Vettel. You can just see him emerging in the background there as we rejoin on the track. Here he comes round the outside. We should have this over Sebastian Vettel, and we rejoin in the lead right where we left off. But the gap to Vettel was a lot closer than what I was anticipating that to be. If I left that maybe another lap longer, I think we probably would have lost the lead there and would have had to re-overtake Vettel to get back in front. So crucial for our race that we had no traffic, and now we can push on and set those purple lap times and just absolutely make these guys look average with the fresh tyres that we have on at the moment. So let's go for an onboard lap here around the Monaco streets here, and yeah, let's see what number we can churn out at the end of this one so far. It's a 10.3. The car feels absolutely hooked up at this stage. You know, fresh tyres, you can just go on the brakes so late, but more importantly, you can get on the power so early and just have so much traction. It's absolutely amazing what fresh tyres can do for you through the middle sector. Now that's all second gear as we come to the tunnel now and braking for the Nouvelle chicane. You want to be braking just as the downhill decline starts. Second gear, turn left, make sure you don't hit that inside wall there. And then here to back. One of my favourite corners in F1. Take this in fifth gear. Make sure you make this track as wide as possible through this fast section just to keep up that momentum. Fourth gear through the fast chicane where we crashed so many times in this weekend. Rascas, this is all second gear. Make sure you turn in earlier than you think for the final corner so you hit that apex. Open the DRS in qualifying. We can't do that, so we put it up in a rich. And we go purple with a 1 minute 10.1. 2 tenths away, or a tenth and a half away from being in the 9s, and that is an absolutely absurd time around Monaco. I think what's at play here is there might be some kind of glitch going on with the tyres, because as soon as I put this set of ultra soft tyres on, I felt like Superman. Like, I felt like I could achieve anything with this set of tyres. If you remember back to Japan, I put on like a set of hard compound tyres, and I had just like supreme grip, lapping like a second, 2 seconds faster than what I should have been. I think that's what's happening here today, because a 10.1, that's unheard of. That's time trial times. I was only in the 11s in qualifying. So there's definitely something up here with at least 11 laps worth of fuel on board. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's not going to affect the race result today. We were already in front. We already had ultra soft tyres on, and they were fresh, and we were probably going to pull away from Vettel anyway. So I guess that's just a bonus, just to drive around this track with glitch tyres that felt absolutely amazing to drive with. But 10 laps to go, we're just lapping traffic now, and it's all academic really, just trying to make sure we get through the field, don't get held up too much, because if we sit behind these lap cars for too long, then I imagine Vettel would probably catch up eventually. But it's still fun to make these overtakes and get in front of these guys. It's not like I haven't been racing anyone today. At least I get to race the lap cars, I guess. Now we're lapping Verstappen, who started second place and was on the same strategy as I am. I tell you what happened here. Verstappen has stopped really early. He got held up in traffic and couldn't get through the field. We have a virtual safety car out because Felipe Massa has crashed at the swimming pool section. He was getting lapped by Vettel and left too much space and put himself in the wall. So that's unfortunate. With only 4 laps to go, you'd be so, like, deflated to throw away a result like that. Both the Williams are out of this Grand Prix, and now we are lapping the guys inside the top 10. This is Kevin Magnussen for P9. He goes late under brakes into turn 1, which I wasn't really expecting, but he had to let me through anyway. He had blue flags. Now this is the final lap. We've chipped off our front wing because I was actually distracted by yellow flags at Rascasse, and this is why. Felipe Nasr, right rear puncture. He stopped in the middle of the track. I'm going to be coming through this section of the racetrack in a minute, and these guys are all stationary, a 3 or 4 car train. So hopefully these guys can all clear themselves up before I arrive in just a few seconds here. Going through Rascasse, they're still there, and we had to slow to an absolute stop just to get through without crashing out right at the final hurdle. But there we go. That's the Monaco Grand Prix. We're going to greet the checkered flag and win here for the first time on F1 2016.
Fantastic drive, just fantastic. You deserve that race win.
So there we go, guys. That has been the Monaco Grand Prix. On paper, it looked like an easy win, but had to be so concentrated and just so disciplined to keep it off the walls for the entirety of that race. We won by 25 seconds in the end to Sebastian Vettel. Yes, of course, lap cars help bring out that gap a little bit, and finishing on the ultra soft tyres really helped my pace towards the end there, especially with that tyre glitch thing. It was fun to drive at the time, but yeah, it's a shame when that kind of interrupts the flow of the game. But in saying that, it wouldn't have changed the result, like I said. But drivers' standings, we now lead by 23 points over Lewis Hamilton in the drivers' standings. That's huge. Almost a race win ahead, and yeah, things are looking very good. We're very comfortable in both the drivers and the constructors. 55 points ahead of our nearest competitor. We win the rivalry update as well. And yeah, things have just turned around so much from 3 or 4 rounds ago where we were so close to getting fired from Mercedes. Now we're in the purple zone, and there's absolutely no way we're going to get fired now. So that's been this episode, guys, the Monaco Grand Prix. Make sure you smash the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more F1 game videos. And of course, just a reminder about my Q&A. Leave your questions down in the comments, and I will get to that video very, very soon. But that's been this video. Good to get my first win at Monaco, and let's hope that's the start of maybe a winning streak in this career mode. We'll have to wait and see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next one, guys, I'll see you next time.